Any respect from Voornhout. But he'll be looking to do what Andy Smith did earlier in the day when he came up against the young German Fabian Hertz, playing in his second professional tournament. He dispatched him 6-0.
59.
Ronny looking to emulate what his brother did here last year, going all the way to becoming the Dutch darts master. Kim not in action until tomorrow as one of the seeded players.
I have to say, from where we come from down south, as Huybrechts puts a maximum in early on in the game, we call it the master. Although there's not an R in it, but we call it the master.
81.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one. So 180 from Huybrechts already in this first leg. The winner of this one goes on to play the man that Ronnie's brother Kim beat in the final here last year, Brendan Dolan, the Northern Irishman, by virtue of that run to the final.
47.
Seeded fourth for this European Tour event. Real tough customer. 41 now. Ronny Huybrechts. There's the 91 to double 16. And this just come inside for a 12 dart leg to start the match. That is exactly what he would have asked of himself when he started, having won the ball.
Yes, a very tidy start to the game from Huybrechts. And do you know what, Dan? It's amazing how many youngsters are coming into this game that are speedsters.
58.
You know, there's no real slow, deliberate players, you know, like the old school player. They're all real fast, you know, get it done. And when you're on form, that's all well and good. But sometimes I just think that, you know, I say to my son and a few other players, you know, sometimes you just, you know, the extra second throw in just makes you a little bit more deliberate. When you're on fire, it doesn't matter. They just go in everywhere. But sometimes, when it's a little bit tough, that extra second taking your time makes all the difference.
Well, certainly a lot of players will be coming to the game. They'll be looking at the world number one, the world champion, Michael van Gerwen. There aren't many quicker than him. They want to emulate him. Look at the likes of Ricky Evans. Good luck spotting his games.
100.
Especially if he played Michael Smith or one of the other fast ones.
Quite. Huybrechts here has managed to steal the darts. Strong start from the Belgian.
83.
Good last dart. Well, he has left himself on a bogey. Not a great deal he could have done about that. And look at this from Voornhout.
140.
Well, he's put a bit of pressure on now. Huybrechts, as you said, he can't go out on this, but he needs to set it up. Well, he's going to do that, whatever happens now. And put some pressure on this 118. He's going to get two darts at the treble 20. If the first one goes in, the big 18 for double top. Well, now the 18 for double top, and this will settle the young man down.
78.
Not a very great deal away there. But Ronny Huybrechts is on a two-darter for a breaker throw and a 2-0 lead. You've seen Ronny do that a lot, just take a step back, compose himself. Certainly not a speedster himself. And that has vindicated his method.
Well, Huybrechts starts off this match 12 and a 14 dart, which just over 115 and a half average, so not a bad start to this match from Ronny Huybrechts. And when we talk about, you know, outside of the competitive game, practice and everything, as Huybrechts starts off again with a 180, I mean, with having a brother who's a top player, I mean, obviously your practice is pretty good. And we see another young man this evening, or this afternoon, Dimitri van der Berg played Josh Payne, and Dimitri is now coached in that by the Huybrechts, especially Kim. So look at the practice that young man can get, you know, having these two brothers. And that's what you've got to do. Off the board, you've got to do it right as well. Find a practice partner that's as equally as good as you and is going to push you. And what a future that young man has got. Well, so is Josh Payne. He's a lovely player as well.
Yeah, certainly. We saw Impressive performance from Vandenberg. First game up this afternoon. A 6-2 winner over Josh Payne. But yeah, what a couple of practice partners to have. Kim and Ronny Huybrechts. Contrasting styles, the pair of them. Very, very effective.
140.
Everyone will remember probably the standout moment of Ronnie's career to date. Beating Phil Taylor at the European Championships.
Well, he certainly started this match off very strongly. And he's gone for that 25 to leave a 2-dart check out. Leaves the 96. Young Kevin just needs to hit a treble. Maybe he'll go 25 now. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. He's hit the bullseye. That's fine. 71 for Kevin, which is a dart. Guaranteed it should be a dart at the double. Now, Ronnie, will he 2 doubles out? He'll stay on the treble 20. Double 8 for a 15 dart leg and a 3-0 lead.
Just inside from Ronnie. You saw him take that step back and compose himself, work for him in the last leg. Not this time, it's Voornhout. Onto the treble, but that leaves him tops.
31.
That's unlucky from the 18-year-old. But the bottom line is Ronny Huybrechts is looking at double 4 for a 3-0 lead.
And the last attempt at double top was right on the top wire as well as Huybrechts for a 16 dart leg and still an average of just under 110. And it just shows you how, you know, millimetres can change a game. Kevin has put 2 darts on the double top wire, could have easily gone in, as if they were 1.5 inches, 2 inches away. They were touching the double top wire.
But let up from Huybrechts here.
Well, Darren Webster's probably had the best game of the day so far, but certainly Ronny Huybrechts here has got out the gate extremely quick. He keeps this up, and it'll be an incredible performance. And as I say that, he punches in another maximum.
Yeah, third 180 in 4 legs for Ronny Huybrechts. We did see Andy the Pieman Smith start off in similar fashion in his match earlier on when he beat Fabian Hertz. In the end, he kind of stumbled over the line. It was a 6-0 win, but Hertz wasn't really chucking much back at him. This is pretty solid from Voornhout, though. And he's on 121 after 9 here. And so is Ronnie.
I've seen a lot of the Dutchmen go for a 25 with this firm.
Pretty relentless stuff from the Rebel. I've already mentioned his brother Kim.
140.
He's perhaps the one guy he'd want to be avoiding in this tournament. They have met a couple of times in the last few months at the World Championships and the Grand Slam. Both of them going Kim's way. As Huybrechts gets stuck into that treble 20 again and again. And can he do it again? Oh, a little bit unlucky.
Yes, they've met twice in the Grand Slam. I mean, Kim battered Ronnie. I mean, it was a good performance. He focused really well. Played the dartboard and not his brother. But in the World Championships, he played his brother. And it was a very edgy performance. He come through it, but it was an edgy performance from Kim. But Ronnie, at this performance, would take on anybody. And that's unlucky as well. I mean, the third dart of the previous set took a deflection, goes in the 5, and that bounces off the board.
He's still got a commanding lead in this leg, though. And looking good for a 4-1 lead. Be happy just to take a ton, I think. A ton's what he gets. So he's on a 2-darter. And Kevin Voornhout, he needs a big one to apply some pressure. And that's not enough. So 56. Huybrechts looking to take a 4-1 lead and edge closer to a place in the second round against Brendan Dolan. It's a long way off.
36.
Overcompensating just a little bit.
Well, this certainly would put him back in the match.
40. Ronny Huybrechts, 20.
So double 10 for Huybrechts for a 4-1 lead. He's already missed darts at the double, but this will be for 16 and is for 16. Keeps his average up to well over 100, and this is as strong a performance as we've seen today. And to be quite honest, anybody in the world's going to have a job beating Huybrechts in this mood, because he's holding on to his throw really strongly. You know, it's going to take a 12-dart leg really to break him, although the previous one was 16. He'd already had 2 darts at a double.
Yeah, Voornhout have come into this walking on air, having beaten Barney as well as Leo Hendricks and Jeffrey Sparadans. He must have been having confidence coursing through his veins. But there's nothing to watch it drain away like coming up against Ronny Huybrechts throwing 106 average. He's not able to capitalise. You can see it's not often he's not hit a treble on a visit to the board, and you can see he's frustrated. He knows he's playing well. He's expecting every visit to be ton 40.
34.
You're exactly right. When you get into that mode, you just expect it, and when it doesn't happen, you think, what is going on? But when you're playing and you're confident, you know the next visit is going to be a big one.
Oh, well, that is... It's 60 on the floor. It should have been another 180. It would have been his 4th. And it's actually done him out of a shot.
140.
That 140 could end up making him pay if the first 2 end up in a treble here. Well, they don't, so it's pretty academic. Ronny Huybrechts can set this up. Ton 40.
100. 109.
Voornhout, 89 left. Wants treble 19. Gets it.
77.
Can't find the double 16. But Ronnie's got to take out a ton plus finish here. His scoring's been so good that all his finishes have been below 60 so far. Coming down the board. Just misses treble 17. I think he thought he might have snuck it in the corner for a moment. So Voornhout is back for double 16 to get his second leg on the board. Reduce the arrears to 2 legs and keep himself in the game. Straight in. And Kevin Voornhout, the 18-year-old, is hanging on in there.
He only needed one of those 4 legs to turn around, Dan. I mean, and he had the odd dart at double top on 2 other occasions. So, you know, he's unlucky not to be 3-all. And that's on the way Huybrechts is playing, still on over 100 average. So this young man is putting in a real strong performance. And as I say that, he smashes a 180 into the dartboard. And, yeah, it's really a good performance.
Yes, his first maximum of the match. Back comes Huybrechts. And he may have one of his own. Narrowly having to settle for the 140. 12 points in the averages. And that is a big old gap. But if Voornhout could just nick this leg against the throw, suddenly there's practically nothing between them. He'd be throwing to level the match.
Yeah, sometimes that bigger rift is just caused through one leg, where Huybrechts may have thrown a 12-dart leg, and the young man just has hit nothing in that leg, hasn't even hit a treble, and so one leg can make that amount of difference.
44.
when you're up there, you're not worrying about your averages. You know, I mean, Huybrechts will be knowing he's over 100 average because he can sense the way he's playing. All the young man he wants to do is just play every 3 darts, not worry about the next 3 until he's thrown them 3, and not worry about the next leg until this leg's taken. It's only experienced players that think, right, you know, I'll break him here, I'll hold on to my throw.
55. Ronny 101.
Well, solid darts from Huybrechts. 140 in the last visit. He's given him a chance here. Treble 19. There it is, double 12. Takes a moment. This is to go 5-2 up. Wow, just misses outside. If Voornhout has a chance here, it'll be 19s. Wow, that's desperately unlucky. Just slipping into the treble 7. No out from there.
Well, you could see how far that was away on the close-up. That is right on that segment wire. Very unlucky. But unlucky, don't win your legs. Unless this man misses 3 darts at double 12, and he certainly isn't going to do that. In the mood that Ronny Huybrechts is in, he takes a 5-2 lead, and he's still on just under the 103 average. And a good performance, but let's not take anything away from this young man, Kevin Voornhout, who kicks off another leg with a maximum, and this is a good performance from this young man.
Yeah, there's enough there to suggest this lad could be a very, very canny player, assuming that knocking out Raymond van Barneveld in the qualifiers wasn't enough of an indicator.
Well, you can see how he's knocked out Raymond, can't you, with these darts? Well, and he's on a 9-dart leg. What a baptism to the big stage on the PDC it would be. And he's left a great check out, the 144. He hasn't got to move from the treble 20. If this first one goes in, then... Oh, and that's a long way off. A little bit of adrenaline rush on them 3 darts from the young man.
I think you could tell he was a bit excited there. Not half as excited as the crowd would have got had that 7th dart gone in. We saw Kevin Thomas go 6 darts into a perfect 9 earlier on. Just looking to finish this. There's the treble 14 that he wanted. Just inside the double 11 now. 170. After going 6 darts into a 9-darter, he could win the match on a big one, but it won't happen. Maybe the ball now. No, he stayed there. So Kevin Voornhout looking to close the gap to 2 legs. Well, he's missed the big number, and he's missed it by quite some distance there. Wanted 3 for double 4. He's hit 19, and that may be a disappointing way to end the match, because Ronny Huybrechts wants 85. Well, he's only going to get a dart at the ball, you would think. No, he's not. He's given himself double 5. Composes himself. Looks to clean things up on double 5 for a 6-2 win. Ronny Huybrechts just misses inside. We'll have another go at this one, Kevin. 3. There it is. Double 4. There it is.
I think the hardest thing for him to hit there was the big 3. The double 4 was very easy, or he made it look easy. Now, the one thing Huybrechts has done absolutely brilliantly in this game is held on to his throw. About as good a performance on holding your throw as you'll see in this tournament at the moment, or throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah, it's been a pretty consistent level from Ronny all the way through this, still averaging 102. 3 maximums along the way. Only thing it's been missing is a big check out. His scoring's been so good he hasn't needed to take one out, and he looks for a 4th maximum here. And there it is. Well, any glimmer of hope that the young Dutchman had after nicking that previous leg It may be being snuffed out by his Belgian opponent.
98.
Ronny Huybrechts, 221 points away from the second round. And that is decreasing by loads with every single dart he's throwing.
139.
Well, again, we see a perfect example of how to hold on to your throw and possibly
134.
close out this match. And we have to say, if he does, some credit's got to go to young Kevin Voornhout. An exceptional display from a newcomer on the big PDC stage. Well, he's going to get another 3 darts
42.
to try and put a bit of pressure on.
Well, there's going to be plenty of pressure on this.
140.
69 left for Voornhout.
Ronny 140.
But Ronny Huybrechts now looking at double top. He started the match with a 12 darter. This is for a 13 darter and a 6-3 victory against the impressive young Dutchman Kevin Voornhout. Has to come down for double 10. Just look to kiss off the barrel of that, and he doesn't even need to in the end. It's a 6-3 win for Ronny Huybrechts. He marches.